We do it if I was a boy. Not if I was a boy. Single ladies by Beyonce. She doing it. She's like a hot mess bet. Let's go. All the single ladies. 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 Now put your hands up. Up in the club. Doing my own little thing. You decided to dip here. Now you want to trip here. Another brother notice me. I'm up on him. I'm up on me. Give me the attention. Guess who she got on? Okay, you still okay. You gotta get it up there. Can I go to closet? Oh, sorry. Turn over the camera. Actually, Peg, my bad. This is for you, Amani. This is for you, Amani. Okay, I think we had enough embarrassment today. Oh no, I like this part. We gotta do that again. Can't you do it? It's time now. Stick it out, stick it out. That's X-rated, people. About to stop at 3. 1, 2, 3. She's out of breath.